Hi, this is Madonna. This is Madonna, the mother of Jesus.
As you know, in the Last Supper, Jesus is a man and he's surrounded by male disciples. So I thought it'd be interesting that we would flip the tables around and Jesus would be feminine energy and I would be surrounded by female disciples, she continued. I like the idea we were playing with that contradiction, which isn't really a contradiction. Even some celebrities are calling out Madonna's Virgin Mary look demonic, and it's obvious that she's mocking Christianity, which is quite insulting and disgusting.
Madonna may be mocking Jesus and the Bible, but no one mocks God and gets away with it.
Here's the first photo. She is just on the cover there, and it looks demonic. It's meant to be demonic. It's a photo of her dressed as the Virgin Mary holding a heart with what looks to be daggers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 daggers into the heart, and a crown, a thorny crown upon her head. Yeah, let's just mock Christians. Let's just put the demonic nature of everything that you represent by using Christian imagery. Here's another photo from that shoot. It's obviously meant to replicate the Last Supper. She is on a table and she is supposed to be Jesus Christ, except she is surrounded by what looks to be non-binary people. There seems to be, there's a cross that's draped around her neck. I mean, you get the idea of it's just supposed to be catchy and forward, I guess, in the world, the demonic world that we live in. It's very sensual and sexual. She's got a woman that she is holding towards her bosom. She's trying to mimic Christ while also being Madonna and being perverse. And of course, this is supposed to drum up conversation. And Vanity Fair published this because this is, like I said, she's pushing the edge of what it means. This is what is applauded in Hollywood. You know, Hollywood is Babylon, and we already know that. And this woman, again, has millions and millions of followers.
And in addition to those things, as if that were not enough, there is actually the devil. There is actually evil spiritual forces. There is actually a demonic world, a demonic realm. And we can get in trouble in two ways here. There's a ditch on both sides of the road. We can overestimate the influence of the devil, or we can underestimate the influence of the devil.
It grieves us to make this video, but we have to. If you are a student of end-time Bible prophecy, you know that demonic activities will intensify as the return of Jesus Christ draws closer. Still, the sad reality is that most Christians, especially in the West, are oblivious to these demonic manifestations, which explains why Christians continue to idolize these agents of Satan, masquerading as Hollywood stars. Madonna openly promotes sexual perversion and mocks Jesus and Mary in these diabolical and repulsive photos filled with homosexual demonstrations. What's more upsetting is her outfit, which features dead babies. We all know what she's promoting here: abortion. Satan knows that his time is short, and he's doing everything to deceive people, but we must warn everyone to hate evil and run to Jesus. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Revelation 12, verse 12.
And I don't know why it is that people cannot recognize how important it is for us to fight back culturally and to call this stuff out as soon as we see it, because there is an entire generation of children coming up and they think that this is normal behavior, and they believe that it renders them cooler and freer to do things like this because their favorite celebrities are doing it. And look what it's bought them. It's bought them success and accolades and awards and trophies, and she's on stage being perverse.
Some of you would watch part of this video, get upset, and stop watching. While we share your frustration, more than ever, more people, especially the younger generation, need to know the truth. This type of video can be used as a teaching tool for young people. We need to provide a biblical perspective on issues we face today. When you look at Madonna, you can't help but recognize that she is demon-possessed, miserable, and unhappy. Life outside of Jesus Christ will leave anyone empty and joyless. For one thing, you should add Madonna to your prayer list. She has sold her soul to the devil and is desperate for deliverance and salvation.
What is our mission? Jesus gave it to us. He says, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. There's problem number one. Man is seeking after authority and there's none to be found because it all belongs to Christ. No, he says, go and baptize them in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and then teach them to observe. Teach who? The nations. Teach them that they don't get to call their own shots. Teach them that there is a God in Zion and that they have an obligation to bow before him and to obey him.
This is not the first time Madonna has blasphemed Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, mocking Jesus Christ has become a trend among Hollywood celebrities. They are successful at this because most Christians do not speak out against the desecration of the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the great God and Creator of heaven and earth, according to Colossians 1. For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist. Colossians 1, verses 16 and 17.
The whole world lies in the lap of the evil one, John says. So it's only a question of degree or manifestation. Every single unbelieving person is under the control of Satan. Whether or not that person has a demon inside him or her, or several demons inside him or her, it's just a question of degree and manifestation. I think demon possession is far more prevalent than we ever would understand. We tend to see it in biblical terms in a kind of a bizarre behavior, and that's what missionaries tell us when they come back from the mission field and they see demon-possessed people and they do the kind of things like people did in the Bible, throw themselves into the fire and all of that. But I think demons are much more gray flannel suit in our culture. I think they occupy souls and beings, but they behave in a way that's consistent with the culture. I would believe that many of the people who produce the filth and the trash in our culture are demon-possessed people, that they're being driven by satanic powers and they don't even know it. It doesn't manifest itself in bizarre ways. They're not throwing themselves into the fire. They're not out of control. The demons are sophisticated enough to keep that contained to accomplish their purposes another way. So yeah, we're in a battle with demons, but the battle for a believer is fighting the demons that have literally taken over the thoughts of people in the world. And the passage to think about is 2 Corinthians 10. The weapons of our warfare are not fleshly. We can't fight this spiritual warfare with fleshly weapons. Pragmatism isn't going to work. The weapons of our warfare are not fleshly. They have to be mighty to the pulling down of strongholds. So if we're going to get into spiritual battle, we're going to have to realize that this battle is about tearing down spiritual strongholds. And the word there is the word for prison, castle, fortress, and tomb, massive stone edification. So here's what spiritual war is. We're coming against these fortifications. Now, what are they? The next verse says, even logismos, ideas, ideologies, theories, philosophies, psychologies, religions. So we're battling against ideologies that have become people's fortresses and will end up being their tombs. And the real spiritual war is smashing down the fortresses that people are captive in and then bringing every thought captive to Christ.
Please help us spread biblical truth. Subscribe, like, and share. God bless you. Madonna would never dare to mock the Muslim prophet Muhammad, nor pose as a gay Muhammad. We are not suggesting that Christians should defend the name of Jesus Christ through violence. We understand that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. But we must not be silenced when this type of perversion is normalized. Christians must speak up against it. But more importantly, Christians should stop supporting Hollywood. We've made 2 videos thoroughly exposing how Hollywood is reshaping America, and we are working on part 3. Be on the lookout for that video. If you want to watch the first 2 videos, check out the link in the description. In this video she published many years ago, Madonna posed as Jesus on the cross. Plus, she wore a crown of thorns.
Madonna has managed to do what seemed impossible: unite Catholics, Muslims, and Jews. Leaders of those faiths in Italy all condemned her concert in Rome, not for moves like this, but for this image: Madonna crucified on the cross.
It's a lack of respect for all Christians.
As she has in earlier stops on her Confessions tour, Madonna strapped herself to a cross during her performance of the song Live to Tell, wearing a crown of thorns. The controversy didn't stop tens of thousands of fans from crowding Olympic Stadium. Many said Madonna was just expressing her artistic freedom.
No, I don't think it's a sign of no respect for the Christian church, but I think it's just a symbolic vision of life.
Madonna's publicist told CNN the singer's mock crucifixion, which is accompanied by a video montage of children in Africa, is meant to dramatize the plight of children suffering around the world. This is not the first time Madonna has offended religious leaders. Her 1989 video for the song Like a Prayer, which showed her caressing a black Jesus, earned similar condemnation. She added, Madonna has said, I don't think Jesus would be mad at me.
Surely, Madonna, Jesus would repeat the exact words he spoke to an adulterous woman. Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. John 8, verse 11.
Every person without God is in a dire mental condition. Doesn't mean their rational faculties are not functioning, but it does mean that they are in the kingdom of darkness, right? It does mean that they are under the power of the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now works in the children of disobedience. So we have to understand that anyone who is not a believer is operating in some sense with a demonic influence. It may be external, coming at them through the culture, but there's something in them, in their corruption, in their fallenness, in their natural perversion that deceives them. The heart is desperately wicked, deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
It is clear that deep inside, Madonna is hurting. She's one empty soul doing everything to draw attention to herself. The more she wants to feel relevant, the more she makes herself an object of mockery.
Take a look at this.
That's her.
No, watch this.
That's Madonna there.
Madonna, back up.
Good. No.
What you doing? What is she doing?
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
What just
Madonna.
happened?
I don't understand what that was.
Well, nobody does. To be honest with you, if I can get that part of my life back, I'll do anything to have it. I mean, what just happened, man?
Yeah, but I mean, she looks great.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes. What do you mean, right? Love her. Nobody has explained to her the algorithm of how TikTok works.
Yeah, she thinks it's based on closeness.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, it's not.
People found it funny and took it all so lightly until things took a turn, and now some of her videos had made everyone question her sanity. We're all now concerned for her well-being after watching her TikTok videos. We know she's desperate for attention. Is it because she's being overshadowed by new artists and is suddenly becoming irrelevant? Or maybe it's for a different, far more worse reason. A lot of her old and new fans are wondering what's wrong with her or if she was on something. It's truly concerning. There aren't any other emotions you'd feel watching them aside from cringe and concern, where you'll never expect what's coming your way when you click on one of her videos. Most of them are totally disturbing, and it's obvious that her behavior is getting more and more unhinged. The singer loves to share videos of her face up close to the camera.
It's no secret that Madonna is gay, and she doesn't hide it. But what baffles us is why so many Christians idolize her, enjoy her music, and go to her concerts.
Now we have that video of her where she seemingly comes out as gay. In that TikTok, she holds a pair of what appear to be pink panties while writing on the video, which states, "If I miss, I'm gay."
Lil Nas X is another homosexual who mocks the Bible and Jesus. Recently, he sold shoes that contain satanic images like the pentagram, 666, and human blood, and includes a reference to the Bible verse Luke 10, verse 18, where Jesus said, "I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven."
I'm excited to just see the performers tonight, so yeah.
Who are you looking forward to seeing perform?
Is Lil Nas X performing tonight? I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's gonna be cool, probably.
Yeah.
21-year-old rapper Lil Nas X timed the release of his newest video with the launch of a pair of sneakers, and both have made headlines. The 3-minute, 10-second music video for Montero, Call Me By Your Name, shows the rapper in a fantasy world, tempted by a serpent, then banished to hell. Blood Sneakers, Lil Nas X's collaboration with art collective Mischief, were released the same day as the video. The 666 pair of sneakers are black with red trim and feature gold pentagrams, inverted crosses, as well as human blood inside the sole.
He shamelessly and openly posed as a pregnant woman and ultimately gave birth to his demonic baby, Montero album. Some might think Lil Nas X's pregnancy was merely an artist displaying his creative skill. This is far from it. We live in a society where some can't define a woman, and many claim that a man can get pregnant. We strongly believe Lil Nas's stunt is another move by Hollywood, working on behalf of Satan to normalize this bizarre idea that men can become pregnant. The seed is being planted in the minds of millions of people, especially young people. This is another reason Christians should stop supporting ungodly content that comes out of Hollywood. Regardless of how insane our society becomes, we advise every Christian to keep their eyes fixed on Jesus if they don't want to be swept away by the flood of delusion and deception that surrounds us. If you do not know Jesus, call on him today to save you. Things will worsen, and the only way to keep your peace and joy amid this world's insanity is to anchor your trust in Jesus Christ.